Hi there, and welcome to our video on how to create a portfolio. The first thing that you're going to need to do is to log into your Blackboard and click on your Math 206 class. Across the top, right here, you see E-Content Collection, and we're going to click there. Okay, then down the left-hand side, you see My Portfolios, and right underneath the bold is this, and I'm going to click on My Portfolios. And what I'm going to do, and this is what you're going to do, you're going to create a personal portfolio. Okay, now you have a toolbar here that's in the blue, and these are the things that we're going to be doing. We're going to do the properties, identify the style, then we're going to build it, and the last thing we'll do is deal with the settings. So we're not going to go any further than the build. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new. We don't want to select an existing, we want to create a new, and then I'm going to give it a title, and I'm going to call it Math 206 Foster. Okay, and then I'm going to scroll down to make sure there's nothing else down there, and I'm going to click Save and Continue. Save and Continue is the most important button in My Portfolios. If you see Save and Continue, be sure that you click on that before you leave that page. Sometimes you'll only see a Submit button. If that's the case, you need to click Submit. But make sure that you keep clicking Submit or Save and Continue as long as you need to do so. Now when I click this, watch up here on the blue toolbar. You'll see a green saving pop up. See, it's saved what I said before. Now we wait till that's finished. Now we're doing style. The style of your portfolio deals with where the buttons are or the links. The links in black border to the left, and typically I leave it defaults in that same venue, which is to the left. You can do to the right, or you can do across the top, either way you want. I'm sorry, across the top here. Now it looks neater, I think, to do across the left. Now the background color defaults to white, but I'm going to change it. Let's see, so I click on the little drop down, and I'm going to make it dark gray. Okay, now I don't have a background image, but dark gray, black won't show on that, so I'm going to make my default font white, which is right here. And notice that if you scroll over these fonts, oh, that's pale weak cyan, we don't want that. We want white, and it comes up, then click apply. Okay, and then I scroll on down, and do you want text like this, like what I have over here now, or do you want buttons? Buttons look like what I have in the Blackboard course. Okay, I like text. I think it's cleaner. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. It's your portfolio. No better grade for buttons or text as long as the information's there. We see Save and Continue, so let's do it. And again, you see that green saving. And when it's finished, then that build is highlighted. Now we're ready to do the stuff. Okay, before we go on to that, I'm going to click on My Portfolios again. And I'm going to do my Math 206 portfolio that you have a link to in your Blackboard under Course Assignments, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom where you see your final course project. And there is a link to my portfolio in that. Alright, this is what you're required to have in your portfolio. An introduction that tells us about the portfolio, and right here in the middle, what I just highlighted in blue, that's what you should have. You should have a picture of yourself, an introduction, so it should describe what's in the portfolio, and it tells you some instructions on how to make italics and how to do other things. So that's just it, a picture and an intro. Okay, and it tells you how to center and do things like that, but I'm actually going to show you how to do that. You also need these buttons that you have here in black. Okay, the intro is where we land, and the next one is about your course and your future teaching. So in this section, you need this information. You need to put what grade level you want to teach, what you love about the math and are excited, what you're worried about teaching. In other words, these are your weaknesses. You know, be honest. Everybody's got a weakness. Note that the websites that you use in other links should help you find info that will help you build on what you need to get better. Okay? And how you feel the information in this course relates to what you'll be doing when you begin teaching. Then you get into the content. Okay? The content that we're going to be doing throughout this course: geometry, measurement, probability, statistics. So this is all about what you're learning about geometry, what you're learning about measurement, what you're learning about probability, what you're learning about statistics. Now, I gave you a sample here of the geometry. Okay? When you look in measurement, for example, it's clean because there's no example here. This is what you need. You'll get 10 points for your Kentucky content related to measurement or whatever. 10 points for the 10 things that are related to measurement or geometry or probability or statistics that you have on that page. And then 10 points for the 3 web resources related to that content as well. Okay? The last one would be for your course project, and all the information about your course project is in the folder in my math in Blackboard. Okay, so now I'm going to close this back out and go back into the portfolio that I just created, which was Math 206 Foster. Now I'm going to click Edit. So I want to edit my portfolio, so I want to click on the little drop down arrow and click the Edit button. Alright, inside Edit, I'm going to build my portfolio and I'm going to create pages. Now, those pages are those buttons that were to the left, those links. So I'm going to have a page for geometry, and all I'm going to do is scroll down and click Submit with the titles. Okay, I'm going to create a page called Intro. Okay. I'm going to create a page called Probability Measurement and Submit. A page called Probability. And I'm just abbreviating so that I can get everything up quickly. Okay, and a page called Statistics. Okay, now, so here's what I've got. And what I want to do is I want to save and continue. Now, it's going to take me to the next link up here on this blue toolbar. So all I'm going to do is go back to Build again because I don't have them in the right order. I want the intro to be the very first thing I see, so I can drag up. So I'm going to drag intro up above geometry. So I've got intro, we're doing geometry, then we'll do measurement, then statistics, and last is probability, and then save and continue. Okay. Now, I'm not worried about settings. I waited till we saved. And then now what I'm going to do is create artifacts. So over here to the left, you see the words personal artifacts. Now, let's go here, and we are going to create a new personal artifact. And I'm going to call it Intro Jamie. Okay, and then I am going to put a picture in here, and to do that I go to the third line and scroll over till I have the third item, and I want to insert image, and I'm going to go find my picture. Let's see, picture, where are you? There I am. And I'm going to click Open, and then I'm going to click Well, there we go. Then I'm going to click insert. And yes. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to highlight that and I want to center it. So I'm going to hit this one right here. Notice that if I wanted it to the right, I could move it over there, but I want to put it in the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to put underneath it in my portfolio, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and I'm going to submit. Now, all I'm doing is saving artifacts. Okay, so that was Intro Jamie. Okay, now I'm going to do a geometry. So I'm going to create a personal artifact. So we know how to do that. Okay, so I'm not actually going to do it. I'm going to use one that I've already got. I've got a geometry 1 and a geometry 2. Now, note what I've done in geometry 2. Okay, I'm going to edit it so that you can see what it looks like. In geometry 2, I put in a video. And to put in the video, here's what I did. I clicked here on mashups. And then I go to YouTube. And I'm going to do SCCJamieFoster. And see what I've got. Okay. And I am going to click select. And then I'm going to click submit. Okay, so that gives me my video, and then when I click save or submit, I have 2 videos in there, remember. Okay, now I'm going to go back in and edit my portfolio, and I'm going to hook all these things that I have into it. So I have Math 206 Foster, and again I'm editing, so I click edit. And then I click on build the portfolio because that's what I'm doing. And in intro, now I want to hook in my Intro Jamie. So to find it, I click browse. And what this is going to do is going to go to all my artifacts and I'm going to have to pick it out. So I can't remember what it was. So I'm going to click shift and the % sign and click go, and that will show me everything that I have. Okay, and I want Intro Jamie, and then I have to be careful because I have to scroll and click submit, and note that it's here. Okay, now just to be safe, I always save and continue. Now notice it's going to go on to settings, but that's okay. I can click back on it again. Okay, and I'm going to click back on build. And now I'm going to do geometry. So let's add some things in geometry. So I'm going to click browse again, and I'm going to do geometry 1 and geometry 2. So again, we're going to shift and then % and geometry 1. No, let's do geometry 2 first. Okay, now let's add to it, browse, and put geometry 2 there, or geometry 1 rather. Okay, now I'm going to save and continue. Now that that's finished, I'm going to go back to build. And what I need you to see now is that it's not in the right order. I have geometry 2 and then 1, so I want to put them in another order. So what I have to do is I want to edit geometry, so the little drop down arrow after it. And what happens is then I have the ability to drag geometry 1 up and then submit. So now it's right, and I'm going to click save and continue again. Okay, now I'm going to do one more personal artifact. So I'm going to click on personal artifacts, and I'm going to click create, and I'm going to do stat 1, and I'm going to type, and then I've done something like, let's say I've worked something out with a formula and it's something I've really learned how to do. It's handwritten, so I scan it and save it, and then I want to upload it, okay? So to do that, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to click Insert File, the paperclip, okay? So when I click on it, I'm going to browse my computer and look at my desktop and see, I've got one thing here. Let's just upload my Footers 9 miles. That's good. I'll deal with that. This happens to be a PDF file, and it really doesn't matter. You can do alt text on there, by the way, so that if someone is visually impaired, they can scroll over, and if they are, and it will actually read the title to them if they have reading software. Okay, now, notice this is here. Alright, if I click OK, and then I hook this in and look at it, it's going to look just like it is. But I'm going to change it just a little bit. I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to make it highlighted. And this looks like a highlighter right here. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to highlight it and make sure that it's white, so that I can, that's what my highlight I want it to look like. And I'm going to click Submit. Okay, now I said I was going to put this in statistics. So now I'm going to go back into my portfolios. I'm going to click on Math 206 Foster, and I'm going to edit. And again, we're building the portfolio. And I said I wanted to hook it in stats, I think. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to browse and find that artifact, and click on Shift again, and then percent, and go. And I think it was stats. Ooh, no, let's show all. It doesn't show all the artifacts. They're on 2 pages. There's stats 1. So I'm going to click there and click Submit. Okay. Now, let's go look at my portfolio. So I'm going to click back on my portfolios, and now I want to look at it. So I'm not editing, I'm viewing. So I'm going to click on it, and we've got intro is this, geometry is my videos that I could click and watch. I didn't put anything in measurement, so nothing's going to show. In stats, did I put it in? Oh, now, while you're thinking to yourself, what did she do? I saw her do that. You know what I didn't do? I didn't click Save and Continue. Okay, so I have to go back in here. This is a good learning tool. I didn't mean to do that, but since I did, we'll go back and build the portfolio again and link that, because you'll see down here when we go to stats, it's not there because I forgot the magic button down here. So I'm going to click Browse again, percent, go, and it's on the second page, so we'll click page 2, here it is, and click Submit. Now it's there, but I need to save and continue. Okay. And I didn't see if it, yeah, it's saving now. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back and click on Portfolios again, and click on my portfolio that I did, and now let's click on Stats. Now, there it is. And notice that this piece that I had highlighted, and the reason I did that is because once you click on it one time, the color of the font changes. So I wanted to make it so that it would be seen all the time. You could make it yellow, whatever. Or, again, you could leave that background white and do whatever, but there you click, and it opens up. Notice it's loading, and there is what I put in. Okay? Now, that's really all there is to my portfolio. Okay? Now, keep in mind, I want to go back in here again just a minute. And I want you to look. Just remember, as you're building your portfolio, this is the information that you need for each piece. Okay? Then you're going to need that with probability, with statistics, and then you'll have your final course project, which I don't have here, but that's your lesson plan organizer and your 3 to 5 minute video. Okay? Now, this is a big grade in your as far as your course grade goes. Now, here's what's going to happen. When we actually finish everything on geometry, you will have a draft that will be due, and that draft, I will look at it and give you a grade for that assignment and provide for you, and it won't be this many points, okay? This is the points that are attached to your portfolio itself, okay? But what I'll do is I'll take a look at what you've done, and this is, I will make you create your portfolio throughout, okay? So you'll have to do your geometry when we finish with geometry. When we finish with measurement, you'll do your measurement piece and so forth. Okay, and I hope this helps. If it doesn't, just post any questions that you have in the Q&A.